Yo, what is going on, TLS? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Sunday. We got an SMOU game, Gen 7, one of my favorites, and we've got some pretty crazy looking hyper offenses, so hopefully should be a fun one. Looks like a Screens Coco HO versus some kind of Cress HO, which I guess is not that uncommon of a style. What's up, Arrow? For a moment, I saw that Suican, but how did Walking Wake's ass get here? Yeah. Okay, so not Screens Coco. That's pretty cool, actually. Sash Coco as like a lead. I wonder what it's meant to do. Like, is it just a taunt, Thunderbolt, Nature's Madness kind of lead? Okay, there's Nature's Madness. I assume taunt is coming out right now. Love this gen. Hell yeah. The all-time greatest, in my opinion. Even though right now people be hating and complaining and crying about it, I think it's still definitely one of the all-time greatest. At least when it was at its peak, especially. Alright, went ahead and got linked Smog Tours as well. Alright, so Spitfire goes Lando and Thunderwave expecting that, but he has to be like Z Fly in order to take this crest out. This crest is about to heal up for free if nothing else happens. So I'm really curious what he's gonna click. He might also just get up rocks, but eating the ice beam or letting Crest get a moonlight up seems pretty tough. One day it's gonna be you. Hell yeah, it will be. Thank you for that donation. Trust me. The Lax Discord people are pulling up. They're showing up in tournaments like OU Farm League, stuff like that. It's time. It's time. Alright, they're using a lot of timer right now. I don't know. This feels like a pretty straightforward turn. Like either Dragon Hula. I think I said that right. He's either gonna heal or click Ice Beam. Spitfire's either gonna Z Fly, but that doesn't seem like it would be the Z user, or he's gonna click Rocks. Seems like it should be pretty straightforward, so I'm wondering what they're thinking about. Maybe they're mapping out like a long game plan. There's a bunch of other games going on right now, but I feel like these guys are about to click, so I'm trying to watch that. Alright, he's down to 90 seconds. It's never good to be hyper offense and having such little timer so early. What's up, David Watts? What's up, PvP expert? How you guys all doing? Rage Squirtle. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Okay, yeah, Spitfire just gets rocks up. Dragongula decides not to Moonlight or Ice Beam, so I'm really confused about that. Because on one hand, Ice Beam gets huge chip, really sets up his Charizard X, presumably. And also Moonlight, because Crest is such an annoying Pokemon here. So I'm really confused about that. Using all that timer to kind of not make a progress play. Mega Suicune with 150 defense and 150 special defense. Yeah, I would say that would be viable. I think you got it. I think you're right. Okay, let's see though. This Serp is actually so annoying. How does he deal with Serp? He has to go Mage right now, or his own Serp and click Glare? This thing outspeeds the rest of his team, so... Now that Coco is 1 HP and dying to rocks. I would like them to do Mega Legendary Pokemon, like some of the older Legendaries, because I feel like any new Megas that come out for Legendaries are gonna be like more modern, I would say. Ability Truant, no, they can never do that to a Mega Pokemon. That's how you kill off hype completely. Like if Mega Slacking ever pulls up, he's not getting Truant. He's getting some boss stuff. Okay, as expected, Mage comes out now. Ice Beam should be a knockout onto Serp at this range. So I feel like it's a fairly easy click. If he's not Ice Beam, he has to click Floor Cannon into a potential sub or something like that. So we'll see. What's up, Riley? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, he just opts for the chip on the Floor Cannon. Notably, no defog on his team anymore, on Hula's team. But then again, this mage of his own kind of just wins. Wait, this just wins. It might be over. If this has bolt beam coverage at all, or like a Z fairy, it's just over 100% of it, especially if it's Calm Mind. Hyper offense in Gen 7 is pretty crazy. Yeah, 2 Megazards, right? That's one of my favorite megas from this gen. I didn't use it too much in tournaments, but I've always wanted to really just spam it. Megazard has too much aura. That's a fact. Okay, Shiftyear comes out. No way we're Yachi Berry Chomp, right? Like, literally zero chance we're Yachi Berry Chomp. And what makes Mag so oh, it's over. What makes Mag so broken is you can't even, like, safe pivot to Coco to sack it to rocks and get a free switch in because its Soul Heart gives it a boost for no reason. So that's what really makes Mag so nasty. But yeah, I think it's just over. I don't know. Like, you could... I don't know. No, it's over. This is the most 6-0'd by Mag plus Rocksup team I've ever seen in my life. Does Zard X just eat? Hell no. If this is Z Mage, which I think it has to be, given the rest of his team, yeah. Z Mage, no matter what Z move he clicks, it's O code. Z Steel, O code. Z Fairy, O code. Like there's nothing to do. No Flygon still? Yeah. Yeah. Mega Flygon, you guys hear that Mega Flygon was like supposed to get a Mega, and then Game Freak was like, hell no. Yeah, okay. This was a sad ending, but it's kind of to be expected. Given how slow Spitfire's team is, like I think that's something off about his team. I think if it was a Screens Coco, he would have been in a much better position. But yeah, completely Joe. Yeah, Z moves. People complain about Terra, but they don't know the true power of Z moves. Your timing is so late you never watch my games? Who are you? What's your username? Let's see what else we got. I was gonna catch up on some Gen 9 games I didn't get to watch. Let's see. Solon vs. Luigi? Wait, this is OST. We have to watch game 2 when that shows up. Alright, I was gonna catch up on some other games, but let me tap in for this black and white game real quick. Actually, I see Sorry for Energy, RNG. No, we're not watching that. Unlucky. Alright. Let's watch Helom versus BHKG. Didn't get to watch this, but while my game was going on, I got tagged that he's using the exact same team as me, so I must have stolen his team off a ladder or something. But let's watch how this goes on. BHKG loves this kind of treads torn style, looks like. Okay, leads torn into Glizzy, so that's a pretty good lead for BHKG if he was Nasty Plot, but it looks like it's probably Assault Vest. I guess that makes sense. No Aloe means you probably need Assault Vest. What's a Poke Elite? Okay, and this looks to be Paint Split Hat because it's just staying in right now. And that's definitely max defense score, which makes sense. It's like the one that I stole. Nice pivot to Torn, but I don't think you're really threatening Glizzy out right now. Oh, it is Nasty Plot. He just didn't do a turn 1. Well, that's kind of cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is really cooked. Oh, that Focus Blast does a lot, but it's Thunderwave Blissey. So at least you have some way to revenge it. Like you go gold right now, make it range should knock out Torn. But he decides to go Keldon click Surf. So maybe he calced that it's like max HP Nasty Plot Life Orb. What is your argument why Zarude wouldn't be fraudulent? I mean, it's a dark type. Dark types are pretty good. And it can Terra. Zarude is like one of the best Pokemon in draft leagues. So that's kind of your tell of like, yeah, this guy can be good in OU if he's good in draft leagues. Yeah, so that Surf did way too little, so I'm thinking it's like max HP Life Orb Torn. So maybe that's why he couldn't go gold and make it rain, but it's gonna be a tough game now. Like this Kyurem is just gonna click Ice Beam for free. Oh, your inertial initiative. Yeah, yeah. I'll watch your game, bro. Don't worry. In fact, send me your game. DM me on Smog Tours right now, and I'll watch your game. I actually haven't watched that one either, so I'm excited. Let me know. It was some guy from US West who just used what Vert loaded. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, he did have a different Zarude because when I copied it, and I don't copy teams often. Let me make that clear for those that believe in my building. But when I first copied it, I was like, this might be a tour player. I don't want to save the replay so they know I'm taking this team. I'm gonna just copy it from memory and leave the game. So I thought it was Sword Stance Trailblaze, but it was actually Bulk of Trailblaze. You won 3 hours ago? Yeah, you can still send it. I'll still go over the game. Thoughts on the Cryos 3-1ing Sharks SV? I didn't know that's what happened, but that actually is quite surprising. I mean, I don't think Cryos SV is bad though. They got like DCAA clean, solid players, so and Big Tosh. All right, let's see. So this is Trailblaze bulk up. Okay, yeah, I lost this so many times on ladder. I was like, I'm so sick of this bullshit ass Pokemon, but it's unfortunately run into a pretty tough matchup, I want to say. Although it's got potential. If you knock this off right now, oh, he clicked Trailblaze. There. The real tech is stealing the team, then changing one mod and saying it's your team. That's basically, that's what Halam did to me before. So this is kind of like, I mean, that's kind of mean to say, but it's kind of like the get back in a way. But no, I don't love that he lost. It would have been epic if this team won twice in a row, like around the same time. It's unfortunate. All right, Zarude can still do it with some boosts, but it's gonna be tough. Tough, especially when BHKG is getting these Gliscor plays, or not these Gliscor plays, these Kyurem plays correct. Soulwind is live. Oh, we have to tap in. We have to tap into Soulwind. Here we go. Okay, okay. Luigi versus Soulwind. This is a beef battle that extends centuries of Pokemon, guys. You need to trust me on this. You need to. Because back in the day, that's Flame Body, by the way. It didn't activate Flash Fire. Back in the day, actually, is that how it works? I'm pretty sure it is. Back in the day, Soulwind was considered like one of the best players on the site that hadn't won a trophy. And everybody was like, oh, he's in finals versus Luigi. He's 100% going to win. And then Luigi got pretty lucky versus him. And I don't think Soulwind played the greatest, but Luigi definitely got lucky. So this is some serious Unk beef battle. Exactly. Toxic knockoff Gliscor is the highest skill mod in OU. Be careful what you say. Be careful. He trained on both sides. Yeah, these guys are pushing 40. Well said, well said. Alright, so Clef is going to be forced out right now by this Gambit. Is it Helm Lu for that chip? No, it's not. That's okay. Oh, wait, you're right. Neutralizing gas. Yo, I'm a noob, guys. Don't listen to me. Anything I say, irrelevant. Has no substance, no accolades back in it. Just ignore me. Alright. Toxic on Clef is a big deal, guys, because that neutralizing gas is gonna make it take a lot of damage. So Geese is kind of a pseudo switch into it now, but these hazards are pressuring it, so. And if you're knocked, then it's also kind of tough. So we'll see how that works out. I would say this looks good for Soulwind though. I feel like he is pretty solid counters to everything, and these hazards are really applying a lot of pressure right now. Like running Geese into Heatran is terrible. It's like the worst matchup you could have because you can never prevent those hazards from staying. I'm stuck in Gen 7. Guys, Heatran is good in Gen 8 too, okay? Don't hate. Heatran's good in Gen 9. You just gotta run into Geese or like a good matchup like that. Our big Zazen, is it Ice Fang? Nope, but it's Roar. And it roared Heatran in. Oh, okay. This looks really good for Solwyn. I think he definitely just wins this game, honestly. Okay. Didn't it roar again? I would have roared again. Just remember that. Is it Ice Fang though? I don't. It might be. Yeah, it is Ice Fang. Okay. Ice Fang Roar is a pretty annoying set. I love spamming Tren until I miss Magma. Yeah, Heatran is quite literally the best Pokemon in the entire game, in Pokemon history, 75% of the time. And that's the only thing holding it back. That's my humble opinion. Heatran is really cheap. Alright, let's see how Luigi navigates this Combine Clef that kind of destroys him. Goes Wheeze on the Moonblast. That's gonna do a lot. Okay. Can Pain Split or Defog now? Petch going Petch there was good. I like that because it means he doesn't get that much HP back from Defog. Okay, well he sacks his Wheeze, so now game is 100% over, I think. Gambit has to pull this out of its ass, which it might be able to do. I don't know. There's a full HP Dragonite, a pretty healthy Lou, a full HP Zama. I don't know if Gambit can do it, but you can never count it out. You can never count it out. Okay, now first time in the whole game, Luigi's timer setting up. Something I always think is pretty funny, and I do this too. I'm a victim of this myself. When the timer only shows up when shit gets serious and you're like, oh god, I have to like think about how to win. I think that's always funny. Zama looks like it ruins his whole team once Hazard go back up. Absolutely, absolutely. He can't really set up for Lou. Alright, so Heatran is back in now. But it's not gonna do anything. It does get some chip on the Lou if you connect your Magma, so that is true. Yeah, it is true. Okay, that's chipped into +2 Kingambit range, but it doesn't accomplish too much. Okay, okay, I was gonna be like, Earthquake is so free though, but it's fine. I get it. He doesn't want hazards to go back up. Now Ogerpon kind of looks decent actually with this Petch at 1 HP. Unfortunately, he had to play rough. If he had it, he doesn't have it then. I was going to say he had to play rough on the Dragonite switch-in instead of Swords Dance, but it's looking chopped. It's looking chopped. Roar on all-out attacker Zama is weird. Number one reason you run it on Iron Presses to win versus other Iron Press, and on attacking coverage sets, you need every move slot for coverage. I I think your statement is kind of correct, but Roar Zama is just really good in general, especially with hazards up. You roar a lot of things out that would switch into Zama and take hazards, such as like Clef knocking off Pecharunt. Then you get your spikes up. You're roaring the spikes out, roaring the Petch out every time Zama's in. You're chipping a lot, and then you're putting it into crunch range, stuff like that. Definitely not bad. Watch the RBY game that started, guys. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about watching RBY. Alright, 2 spikes are about to go up. I don't like Toxicking there because of that. Now 3 spikes might go up, actually. This is really Kingambit versus the world, and Dragonite has its multi-scale back, so I really don't think it's going to work out well. But instead of only 1 spike going up, all 3 are going up. Now Gambit's at much lower HP, which is really, really, really bad. Like, I can't emphasize enough. That is terrible. Because this was the only way to have a win condition. And now it's taking a Moonblast. So now Dragonite will beat it no matter what. Roar is also good when you mess up on the Dragonite get boosted. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, this game's over. I hyped it up. Beef match of the century. But it just didn't deliver, guys. I'm sorry. It just didn't. Is there any world Luigi wins? I don't think so. This is best of 3, but Luigi already lost game 1, so it's looking like it's just going to be 2 games. Unless Hal Zamazenta pulls up Hold on a second. How? Heavy slam. Hear me out. Okay, never mind. Apologies, you guys. GG's already come out. It's 100% over. All right, Solwyn takes out his arch nemesis, Luigi. Nice. All right, let's see what else we got here. I also wanted to go over... Oh, this is another OST game. Maybe we tap in for that. I wanted to go over Dolly versus Lazuli because I also didn't watch this one. I think Lazuli's team is like a very old team with Hat. I remember Hat, Chomp, and Volcanion. Like, isn't this the team that Lang choked versus TJ with? And TJ did that crazy reverse sweep with Gambit? I think it is. Oh shit. Hello, Lang. Sorry, I didn't know you were here. I didn't mean to bring that up. You versus Ewan for OST? No, I'm not going to go over like random old OST games, but I'll go over SPL because that's the point of the stream. But I did see the aftermath of that game and it was pretty crazy. All right, turn 1 Specs Ice Beam or just max defense Ting Blue with red card. It could be either. Only the players would know. Missed the Ruination. Okay, opting not to go for Rux, which makes sense. Like, they're just going to get core changed back, so just getting your Ruination spam off is a good idea. Let's see, but with all the regen, unfortunately, it's not getting a lot of progress. So that's a pretty bad start for Lazuli, I would say. And then bring in Volcanion on the U-turn, or not the U-turn, what was it, double? Yeah, bringing Volcanion on the U-turn was rough too, because Kiram will always force it out. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, not Helm Hat. Sludge Bomb on the Chomp. Into Shukaberry Ice Beam, potentially? Wow, okay. Yeah, I would say there's zero chance for Lazuli to win this, but I don't know. Maybe when there's a Zamazenta, it could be some really cool set. We'll see. Kiram here, yeah. And now Earth Power. No, you can't click Earth Power. It's Balloon Gold. So at least Balloon Gold is a one-time switch in. A Steam Burn would have been real nice, but unfortunately does not happen. And the freeze on gold. Alright. Guys, how many times has Kiram frozen in this week of Pokemon? Like, oh, it's so disgusting. We have Sleep Claws, but no Freeze Claws, guys. We have Sleep Claws, but no Freeze Claws. I think I saw a game with my Java where he got frozen twice. Twice in one game, right? Is that him or is that someone else? God, Freeze is so nasty. The fact that Kiram can just spam ice moves with 10% chance. Freeze should be 5% chance. It should be even lower. That's just my opinion, though. It's one of the worst feelings in the game, especially when you don't thaw. Like, if you instant thaw, you're like, okay, fine. It was annoying and it scared me, but I'm okay. When it doesn't thaw, you're like, well, shit, now my Pokemon is useless. Freeze Dry has higher freeze chance than Ice Beam. That's because it has the word freeze in it. Think about that. Freeze Claws wouldn't do anything. How many games do you even see 2 freezes? I know, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, you feel really bad for the guy that got 2 freezes against him. It happened this week. And I was like, damn, bro. That's tough. What can you even do? This guy was cooked from lead, though. Yeah, I agree. This guy was probably... This guy probably lost anyways. I also agree. Frostbite is an awesome mechanic. It's basically special attack burn. I fuck with that. That makes sense. Let's do that. Freeze Beam with 30% chance to freeze. Someone banned this guy. We can't allow this. Oh, whoa, oh, yo, he thought, no, it clicked Thunderbolt. Fuck. Did it matter? No, I don't think it mattered. Actually, it might have mattered knocking out the... Nah, it didn't matter. We're coping. Yeah, it's Jove. Yeah, okay. Damn, Terra wasn't even used this game. That's how rough it was. But that was a lead difference. Like, look at this, guys. This turn basically determines the whole game. Because while Lu can't get Roxa versus Cinderace, I mean it can. You can play with Roxa both sides, which honestly might not have been bad. Lu could have still done work by like spamming Ruination on other things later on. But then taking all this damage means that Torn can just pivot for life on it. Yeah, like Torn can just do this and then Lu's dead. So that really did set Lazuli back a lot. Alright, let's see if we got anything else. Alright. Bundy versus Lit 11. Nah. That's a cool team though, actually. I want to watch Gilbert versus Kala, especially if this is OST. Gilbert Arenas, aka Markup, is a very well-known and respected player of Smogon communities. You can't implement a freeze clause. Game Freak, you would just have to remove or rework the entire mechanic. Yeah. I think RBY, like Gen 1 OU has freeze clause, but that is a incredibly fake metagame with a lot of fake mechanics and stuff, so I don't really... I guess we shouldn't really copy that. Let's see. Last ditch, Ice Fang for freeze or freeze kills me. Yeah, it's tough. But, you know, sometimes people gotta go for it. Don't hate the player, hate the mechanic. It is what it is. DBP has freeze clause as well. What even clicks Ice Beam in DBP? I've never seen that move be clicked. Like Suicune, I guess? Calm Mind? Oh, it's Jove. Ironhead? Oh, clicked. Hold on. There's a chance. There's a chance. Okay. Encore? Oh, don't tell me it's get red carded. No. Nice play by Cotton. Nice play. Jirachi Ice Punch. Oh, okay, okay. That's true. I forgot. I forgot Jirachi just be clicking Ice Punch for no reason. 20% freeze chance. Imagine that. Shit is jokes. Absolute jokes. The fact that Gambit takes so little from a mask boosted knockoff is so crazy to me, like in general. Oh, speed booster toss finishes off. Nice. Alright, let me open up the scheduling thread. All DPP clauses for Rachi. What else has what other DPP clauses are there? Let me see actually. I can just open up this game. Okay, these are all normal, I'm pretty sure. Evasion, species, endless battle clause, HP percentage. Baton pass stat trap clause? What is this? No baton passer may have a way to boost. Okay. Oh no, it's just freeze clause from Rachi. Jirachi is severely overhated. Alright, Cop Game 2 versus Kala. Very similar style teams. Tusk Gambit, very classic looking teams. Tusk Gambit woke, actually. Blizzard used to be 30% freeze chance? Who? Says who? Make freeze frostbite and remove full para, only speed drop. Oh, you're cooking. Hold on a second. You're cooking with that full para change. Wait, I really like that actually. I feel like para, like getting the full para is only something you like go for if you really need to. Obviously, you know, there are shameless people that'll just fish for para and get it, but I feel like you don't really pick your moves expecting them to get para. Does that make sense? Like I feel like everybody generally anticipates like them attacking through the para. So they're never like, "Oh, I'm going to get a para here. I'm just going to attack." Like maybe ABR does it, but I don't think anyone really does that. So I kind of fuck with that change, and I feel like the speed boost, I feel like that makes Thunderwave pretty useless, I would say. Or maybe Thunderwave would like completely fall off. But that's okay. Fuck Thunderwave. We don't This channel, we don't claim Thunderwave, guys. Even if I've used it sometimes, I didn't grow up with Thunderwave. How do you feel about Zapdos and SV? Pretty good, man. I like Discharge U-turn, but Thunderwave Hurricane is also really good, of course. You can't really go wrong. Good anti-cheese as well. Full pairs should be protect. We're getting 3 full pairs in a row should be halved each time. Wait. Oh, that's a good change to keep the full para mechanic, but make it like a little bit less RNG. I kind of fuck with that. Okay, okay. In the Japanese versions of the Generation 1 core games, Blizzard a 30% chance. Yeah, they didn't cook. I'm gonna be honest, guys. They didn't cook. That's insane. Also, look at that. Ivy Cudgel do 54 to a Great Tusk. What a beast. Oh, nice headlong click, actually. That was a good play. Fighting back a bit. Wait, what? Wait. Huh? We don't take our chip for our Gambit Sucker Punch? Guys? Uh-oh. Oh, no static. Okay. Weren't you the one who started the Spadef Thunderwave Giera wave in Za? Listen, 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 listen. Yes, but that's because all the megas are so fast, we had to lower their speed. I wasn't fishing for full paras, I promise. You didn't expose me, I swear, I swear. Off zap my go. I love offensive Zapdos. What I don't love is having to click 70% Hurricane. That shit is jokes. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the schedule now while this game is going on. Okay, at 11. Oh, we have Puge versus Ox the Fox sometime soon. We also have Genius X vs Gondra in Gen 7, X-Ray Persephone Gen 6. Okay, those could be some cool games. We'll definitely watch those. That could be fun. I'm down for that. What's up, Doodle? Mon's about abusing hacks without trying. I agree. That's actually something I believed for a long, long time. Like the way ABR played, how I considered like ABR and Empo two like the best Pokemon players ever, basically. Pretty much like all time. How I consider their playstyles, Empo be making those plays that applies a lot of pressure, forces you to make misplays, and it just makes you so uncomfortable like playing the actual game. ABR on the other hand, I think does a really good job at managing RNG. And that sounds like a slight on him, but it's not. Like he positions his doubles and his plays in a way where he's clicking RNG moves more often than not. So, for example, in like ADV, ABR will position his Blissey, his Suicunes or whatever, or his Gengars to click the Ice move. Actually, Gengar doesn't click Ice Punch, right? That's Gen 2. Anyways, like just generally, like he positions himself to click those Ice moves and Thunder Wave and stuff like that, and just reap the benefits of it. He does a really, really good job at kind of maximizing the odds of him being luckier. And that's why he always seems like the luckier player, because he be clicking those moves the most. ABR has aura that makes his opponents choke. That's also true. Yeah. I mean, when you're at that level of Empo ABR, you do always have that aura. I used to have that aura, guys, when I was good. Now, I be the one choking sometimes, but that's okay. Things change. My dad genius. Wait, Puge vs Ox is over? Guys, the fuck? Where? Oh, okay. I'll try to find that. I'd be more scared of ABR and Tor than Empo because ABR likes the shit other people don't like playing. Empo would be hard but fun. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. ABR, you do have to consider that he could just stall you at any point in time. And if you don't have a good stall matchup, he will win it. But then he'll bring hyper offense and then you'll be like, shit, I prep for stall. So that also is a really big deal. People think RNG is just random acts of God, but RNG is just a reward system for rolling the dice as many times as possible. I agree. I agree. And that's why I think ABR is so good at that specifically. Like, yeah, like it seems like he's the luckiest player ever, but think about why it's like that. Does he just click his first ice beam and freeze instantly? No, he's clicking like 20 ice beams in a game and he's freezing like 3 of them. Still lucky, but he's maximizing the amount of times he can do that. This game is crazy, by the way. It's still up to any person, and it's looking like a Gambit sweep, perhaps, from Kala, or a Gambit or a Zama sweep from Markup. All right, there's Static. Shouts to Zapdos, one of the most shameless Pokemon to ever exist. But why wouldn't you use it at some points? It's like a one-time Wogue answer. Great Tusk gets smoked by it unless they run like attack invested head smash, which can still get parried. So it's like, it makes sense. Zapdos is good. Who is more lucky, ABR to Sung? I never played when Sung played, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know if he was considered like a lucky player back in the day. But I know ABR is like every single year voted the most lucky player, which I think is funny. Chad, don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. I don't actually know. I don't know. Does that do anything? But I don't know. It's appreciated, I guess. It don't matter. All right, let's see what we got. There should be hella games starting soon. I'm gonna try to find um Push versus Ox. When did that happen, dude? Am I tripping? Push versus Ox. Okay. Well, this is a Venusaur off. Can someone explain Ewin's post? I don't get it. Did his rival cheat? I don't know. Let me see. I'll pull up Smogon. You would have got him. Mizarbot is so hard. Why couldn't she be less honorable? I don't know what that means. But I know I don't like this. I don't like this face. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a haha react as well to match his face. Alright. Oh yeah. I'll be uploading my SPL week 3 and 4 analysis later today, so stay tuned for that. Probably in like a couple hours. I'll try to get it out as soon as the stream ends. And I assume we'll only be doing this for like an hour more, maybe tops. Depending on the games, of course. It always depends on the games. I feel like lately SPL has been played so quickly. Like people be playing really fucking early. And I moved my game up so I could catch more games, but all the SV games are done besides one at like 4 p.m. or some shit. It's like, what's going on? All right, let me see. You like head smash or stone edge better on bulk of taunt? Dude, always head smash max. Just kidding. They both have their ups and downs. Depends on what your team wants. Does your team want that instant like goob chip on Zapdos, or does your team want like a consistent sweeper in Great Tusk? What do you think about the free throw thing? Oh, I don't know if I can comment on that, but I will say it was pretty gross to like know my player basically hates my ethnicity for like no real reason too. Like hates all people of my ethnicity. So that's all I'll say about that. Because I drafted her in Smogon Champions League and we won. We won too. I told Ewan not to reuse from me and Claude because he said he was going to, and I told him we were friends. Oh, okay. Using Smogon Light is crazy. How do you even use Smogon Dark? Oh, who did I get banned? Oh, you're talking about my signature? Yeah, my signature is because, yeah, for those that don't know, when I was 17 years old, I played World Cup Finals tiebreak versus BKC. I don't want to make this like, this is not a big deal. It's in the past. Everyone was much younger back then. But I played World Cup Finals versus BKC. I beat him using Cloyster, and he called me a slur, and then he got banned for it, and then his buddy Astamatitos, who's like some 30-year-old doctorate from Greece, was like, yeah, Asians are so sensitive. He got BKC banned. I was like, oh, okay, sure, buddy. You're very wise. That guy's gone though. He basically like hasn't been on Smogon since. I wonder why. Alright, looks like Cop won. Claude's fought Ewan like what 5 times now? Yeah. Apparently they do be playing a lot. Okay, yeah, this looks like Cop definitely wins. Yeah, shit's crazy. But like I said, it's in the past. I've had like pretty like decent conversations, good conversations with BKC. 'C. since then. It's not like anything super serious. 'Cause 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 Nah, I mean everybody was much younger. This is not meant to spread hate or like tell people. Like everybody was different back then, and the internet was a different place. Not to like defend it necessarily, but it wasn't like the most egregious thing ever, I want to say. You remember watching that game? Yeah. Using Cloister and Black and White is evil. Dude, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That was my first ever tiebreak game. I think our thought process was like I- like like this was before I was considered like a good player, I guess, or like a really good player maybe. I don't know. Not to toot my own horn, but back then it was like shit. They picked Black and White for BKC. We got to give Black something crazy so he has a chance to win because BKC has like 6 years of knowledge over me in that tier or whatever. Freeze on the Slowking could have done it. Yeah, honestly, it could have. Yeah, much different than Sophie's doing it now or Frito. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not. We're not trying to defend it because it's still not a good thing. But the culture of online internet back then was really rough. I think. Lax, can we watch a generation that can legally drink? What, you want to watch the old gens? I don't even know if anything's going on. Let's see. Yeah, RBY? No, we're not, guys. We can't do that. Can't do that. But yeah, that is a crazy lore drop, and that's why my signature is this because I think it's really hilarious that this like 30-year-old dude is like being racist to me and I'm 17. I don't know, something about that is like dark humor, kind of irony, funny. We're watching Gen 6 right now. There should be SM coming up. All right, let's start from turn one. Persephone's using this team that looks really weird, like Chansey, Bisharp, Medicham. I've never seen that combination of Pokemon before, but it looks pretty crazy. X-Ray is using a more standard, like sand looking build, plus Scarful Canyon, presumably. He's got to get that speed. Pre-virus seems like a completely different world. Yeah, exactly. Like shit was crazy, dude. I would say it's not a great Smogon is not a great website to grow up on and like be perusing and shit while you're growing up. Let me just say that. But now it's a lot better, I would say. It's still toxic in its own ways. Of course, you can't really get rid of toxicity from the internet, but it's not as bad as it was back then for sure. X-ray opponent looks like an SM ladder team. It kind of does. It kind of does. Obviously minus Metagross, but I think you're right. Oh, yo, this Medichamp's 6 O's. Okay, not. It was he Scarful Canyon. I guess I know if you even if you are, you sack that because there's a Seismitoad and there's a Chansey and there's a Slowbro. Yeah, Volcanyon's not doing shit. But this looks rough for X-Ray. This Medicham might just slowly pick off everything. It hit me so hard that there are kids that don't know about the virus. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. 2016, 2017 smog definitely stunted many little kitties' growth. I mean, I wouldn't word it like that. I just think, I think there are people, probably myself included in some ways, that like had to learn socially like different things from the internet, especially like if you grew up during COVID, which I was fortunate to not really do that. Like I was in college during COVID, but people that like had to go through high school during COVID, like that must be tough. I saw crazy shit during Skype era. Yep, 2014 join date here. That shit was actually disgusting. Yeah, like it's definitely rough. I wouldn't like if I could go back in time and like recommend newer players that are like were around my age, younger, coming up on Smogon. I would probably be like, yeah, don't do that unless you like tournaments. Keep to yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. There was a show on YouTube that got banned. Participating in 20 you hosted, yeah, for similar reasons of like using slurs in private chats. I started playing PS in Oras when Hoopa got banned. What's up, Darth? Synarchist. Tough name. Uni during COVID was ass? Yeah. Because everybody had to transition to like, this is how we're doing Zoom classes. And that shit is tough, bro. Nobody wants to do. What is your Smogon profile picture? It's from the JJK sequel, actually. I don't want to say more about it in case it's like a spoiler, but there was a really tough scene in it. I was like, damn, that shit spoke to me. That was cool as hell. So I made it my profile picture. I was the start of my teenage years when the pandemic hit, got the blissy build, and I'm still losing weight. Hey, work on yourself, bro. You got this. Whatever makes you happy. That's something underrated, I think, in this world, is doing what makes you happy and you're content with. All right. Let's see. So Persephone really has to position as Mega Metacham to get these KOs. AKA, if it comes in on Metagross pre-Mega or Excadrill no sand, that's really the time he needs to capitalize on. Blissey build is crazy. That was pretty crazy. But I mean, pandemic hit a lot of people really hard. Like my younger brother was in high school during no, he was in like middle school during the pandemic. And that shit is tough for a lot of kids, especially kids that like don't want to learn through a screen because it can be really distracting. Medibish team looks shiced. I love Metacham and I love Bisharp. Two of my all-time favorite Pokemon. But team looks a little jank. I'm gonna be real. Let's see. Thoughts on SSOU? I think it's a fun gen because it rewards positioning. That's like the main thing about SSOU. You gotta position well, knock off the right things, toxic the right things. But I don't like how some games are just slow bro, future sight teleport. I really don't like that. Now I'm built more like Primarina. Soon enough gonna be with the Ival build. Okay. We gotta stop this Pokemon. Oh, great play by Persephone. If you guys just caught that, amazing play. Look at that, look at that. That was beautiful. That was truly beautiful. Drill wants to spin. Sand, one turn ending, doubles to Medicham. Now you claim your KO. Perfect, perfect. And Hippowdon is gone to Ice Punch now. I remember teachers saying that by regular standards, 90% of my class failed during COVID. Yeah, I believe that. Like, that shit is tough, bro. And there's a lot of like young, like really young kids because of COVID. Like, imagine being like 5 years old, 6 years old, going to COVID. Like, you're not learning the same way. Like, it's weird, bro. It's weird. Running Home Claws Metamegros, yeah, and then Power Punch was invented, and you're like, damn, that shit's tough. My issue with S is that so many turns just play themselves. Yeah, I can agree with that in some ways. Not completely, but I think I can agree with that in some ways. What's the hardest gen to get into in your opinion? Let's see, when is Gen 10 supposed to drop? I think like late this year, which is going to be really hype. Hopefully we get next Smogon Premier League with Gen 10. Plus champions, like guys, I'm just saying there's a lot of content to look out for in the near future. That's hype. Hardest gen to get into, I would say. That's a good question. I don't know what the hardest gen is. I guess like I don't know, DPP maybe? Like I feel like Gen 4 you have to know a lot about the tier, like know what the sets do, know what the teams are, know how to like predict the last and stuff. Like maybe it's DPP. I don't know. Okay. I never thought about what it's like for elementary kids. Yeah, like I don't know anyone directly, but I can just imagine like it's whack. What's up, Wild Wave, aka Wild Shoe? How you doing, bro? There's some real OGs per 7 X-ray. That's a fact. Some real or-ass gamers. I'm assuming this is Gen 6. Yeah, this is Gen 6. Let me see if I could fix the aspect ratio to show. Yeah, maybe I should be doing that. Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Now it shows everything. Loki Gen 9 is hardest at the moment. Yeah, I could say Gen 9 too. Like I would say, yeah, I think it's really hard for for example, a Gen 5 player, or Gen 3 player to like get into Gen 9 and like get good instantly or quickly. I think it would take a lot of effort, so that's probably not bad. I'm doing well too. Just having a chill stream. Bye bye, Arrow. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Take care, take care. Gen 9 is pretty free if you load avert screens. Yeah, but are you really learning the tier is the question, right? Like, are you really understanding the tier at a fundamental level by loading up screens? No Mega Sand is interesting. See, no, there's a Metagross. It just hasn't had the chance to Mega, which is funny. But Metagross will be pulling up soon. Don't you worry. Metagross can win this game, in fact. It's Pressure Zapdos. If it's Power Punch, Thunder Punch, maybe. If it's Thunder Wave on Slowbro, though, hell no, it's over. What do you think about current SMOU discourse? I think it's really lame. Like, we can go over that in a bit because I think that is actually an interesting topic. But generally, like, I think a lot of people are just upset they weren't drafted. And it's really easy to pick out the people that lost and be like, their team was bad. They shouldn't have used this team. They played bad. It's really easy to hate on like the people that are losing. But I mean, they don't say that about Vert until he lost. Like while he was winning with his random ass teams, people weren't like, "Oh, he's using dog shit. He needs to like he should be using better megas." Like like it's just lame. Like the culture of like only focusing on the losses, not understanding like the story behind the loss, like what led to that point. Like I don't know. People hate too much. Takes a lot of effort to get good in any gen. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What's the current SM discourse? We can go over it after this game. Or we can pull it up now, actually. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Brandon Lee, the first guy, essentially made this post that was like, why did these two both ring Mega Manectric bad Pokemon? They should be using better megas like Lopunny, Mega Zam, or Mega Scizor. It would have made their team better. And this post to me, I told him this directly because he was my OUPL teammate. I was like, dude, your post is slop. This says nothing of substance. You're basically saying Mega Manectric bad, use better megas. They should have used better megas. That doesn't mean anything. You don't know like the details that go into prep and stuff like that. Like there's so many different layers to the game. You shouldn't just be using what's good. You should be using what you think will work. Like Zarude, for example. Zarude is considered a shit Pokemon, but I'm 2-0 with it. Like, like why don't people comment on my teams being bad? It's because I'm winning. So it only matters if you're winning. If you're winning, Mega Manectric is good. So, and I think that's pretty lame. Like having that mentality of like, yeah, like I'll comment on people that are losing and I'll put them down. But people that are winning, oh yeah, yeah, their teams are great. Like, yeah, Lax's team of zero hazard control, totally fine, you know, like it's silly. It's silly. Yeah, slop is the perfect descriptor for the whole discussion. I agree. Yeah, like the sentiment makes sense. Like people should probably be using better Pokemon, but I don't know, like that just can't be all you say. You should be like, oh, if this play went differently, then the game would have gone different. It was a really close game. Because PZZ in this game, using this team, could have actually won the game if he played a little bit better. And he knows that. And he was told that by his teammates. And he like completely owned up to that. But this post is basically saying like, because he brought Mega Manectric, he lost. And I think that's very stupid. Zarude has a clear niche. Mega Manectric isn't even on the VR. Wait, Mega Manectric isn't on the VR? That's crazy. I've definitely won with Mega Manectric and SMU in the prime time. Results-oriented industry. Exactly. That's what Smogon is lately, and I don't love it. Like, there's people with sheet posting of, like, this player is, like, this sheet, like, this player isn't positive, so they're gonna really suck and suffer. I'm like, dude, people can change and improve. Like, the sheet doesn't tell the whole story. Which is why I like the archive that somebody made, because that tells a whole story. I think that's really cool. I think SM was always like that. You can tell newer SM players aren't used to people using heat. Yeah, like, if I go over my SM game, like let me find some like from the World Cup I played SM in. Dude, that holy shit, it's like second page. It's so old. Da, da, da. Like, let me find. Yeah, look at this team. Look at this team I used in 2019. What the fuck is this team? What is this? Like, look at this shit. We got Seismitoad, we got Double Grass, Bulu, Cortana, Jirachi's Diancie. Like, what is this team? But it fucking dominated. I 6-0'd. Like, but nobody back then was like, oh, Lex is using garbage. He's using Seismitoad, Bulu, Jirachi. Like, nobody was saying that because I won. And, and I don't think anybody comments on PZZ's team or even Charmflash's team if he had Grass Knot or HP grass on his Manectric, and he won the game. Nobody's commenting on it because there's no point. He won. Let's see. The Olden discussion past like SSU always turns to nonsense. Yeah, it's just people hating. Like people make their identity a specific generation of Pokemon, and they're like, "This is who I am." Like this is all that matters to me. And it's so and then they just get mad that they don't get drafted, and then they like hate on the players that did get drafted. And it's like, dude, let's chill. Easiest official tier to peak ladder in. That's a I don't know, honestly. Maybe like RPY or something. I think it's an official tier, and I don't know if the ladder's active. Surely you at least ask why they brought in the first place. Yeah. These SM Nugents never experienced Ben Gay. Exactly, bro. They don't know Ben Gay. Ben Gay's whole thing was using shit like Mega Manectric and winning, and then you being sad. Like, damn, I lost to a bad Pokemon. Sounds like sports. When you're winning, no one has anything to say, no matter how you won. But when you lose, the whole world got something to say. Exactly, exactly, exactly. You win, you're shy to innovate. You lose, you're a fool. Why did you bring this garbage? Exactly. And I don't love that. I don't love that. But that's just how it is right now. Okay. Charm versus Jeffo is a crazy matchup. RBY still going on despite being like 50 minutes ago. That's the vibes. That's the vibes. Ben can use Flygon stall? Exactly. If Ben lost with Flygon stall, back then people wouldn't be like, ah, Ben, like Ben, what are you doing, man? You shouldn't use trash Pokemon like Flygon. People would maybe say that in private, but they wouldn't like cry in public threads, make a whole ass post like, what happened to SM? Why is Ben gay using Flygon? You know, like that's what I mean. Like the culture shifted to like just really care about nonsense. But that's okay. Rant over. It's not it's not the worst thing in the world. Like the community could be so much worse, I'll be honest, but it definitely is a bummer to see like threads like this. Like I'm trying to see what else I used that was garbage. Uh, and Ben made all my teams back then. Oh, this is another example. Look at this team. This looks like a black and white team with Lando over Altaria. Oh, it literally is a black and white team with Lando over Alt. But this is like another nonsense team, but it won. So it's like nobody's gonna be like, hey, stop using that team. But yeah, this thread is actually the one time I appreciated Starry's trolling. I don't know if you guys know Blank, aka Starry, but I thought it was quite funny. Um, like this whole thread happens, Mega Manectric sucks. Mega Manectric is unviable, should stay in 2018. Prof Trees talking about Mega Manectric and then being like, I made this clef set, by the way. This really used high usage no, it's not. I'm kidding. It's no one's seen it before. And then Star just responds, actually, Minot made it. So just completely changing the tone of the thread to like these people just hating and then being like, yeah, fuck it, Minot. We're inserting Minot into this shit. So I appreciated that. It slowed the thread down from just being a constant like negative wave of shit. Not judging, the thing is, the same people that say it's an objectively bad Pokemon, let's assume you made a misplay and that's why you lost with it. You would have won without it. People will say you brought something trash. There should definitely be a better way to say players should do more in tournament. It certainly wasn't use Mons in the BR. Yeah, I agree. Like you can say constructively like the team looks really cool, but I think a different Mega instead of Mega Manectric would have benefited them a lot. And I think them using Mega Manectric contributed to why they lost. And I feel like that's a productive way to say it. That's like, guys, here's a suggestion. Here's not just saying you're bad. I want to get into tournaments for OU and Ubers, but I'm very bad at handling pressure. What advice could you give me? See, that is a layered question because pressure is kind of built off of like your history as a person. Like what makes you feel all the pressure that you do for other things, not to get like therapeutic and shit, but in general, I would say just remember you have so many chances to play Pokemon. You have so many chances to prove yourself, to win games, to improve and look good, stuff like that. One loss isn't gonna change that. I don't think there's ever been a player in the history of like one loss has like basically ruined their entire career. But yeah, everybody feels pressure too. So remember that. It's not just you. Even the people at the very top feel pressure. Yeah, like okay, Evito is a different case though. That man that man doesn't have one bad Pokemon. He is like five bad Pokemon. So, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Evito's a good example. What happened to winning with our faves? Dude, that's what I'm saying. I think my Charizard X was like my favorite Mega to use in World Cup, but I only used it one time, and that was my one loss. So I'd be losing with my faves. Yeah, you're spinning. I get mad when people roast the bad looking play and not the other player making a crazy good play. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, people are stuck. Oh, Mind Gaming playing OST. Guys, we have to tap in for this. We have to tap in for this. But yeah, I agree. Like, I think we could focus a bit more on the positives. Damn, who's agent? What game were you playing, bro? That's awesome. But yeah, I agree. Pressure is always a real thing. If he does a little OD, you can have one little piece of dog shit, but he brings like three or four. Yeah. Lavos loss did effectively end his career. Eh, I wouldn't say that honestly. Like, I don't think Lavos losing to McMegan, which prompted his post, made people think he's a bad player, which is like what I consider the career. But I guess like literally it led to him spiraling and then led to the Elodin thing and then his career ended. So that is true. Like literally it did, but I wouldn't say like people think of his plays any different. Also, wow. What? How did that heavy slam just knock out King Gambit? That shit is like 40 base power. Ryuji custom is crazy tough. Yeah, people love there's hella what the fuck is that guy's name? Hunter x Hunter is like my favorite show, but I'm like mind blanking right now. Crollo. People love Crollo. There's like a lot of Crollo avatars. We need to get some of the SM Heat and SV. These teams are so dry. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, bro. I got you. I got you. I played Tekken, Smash Bros, Halo, and Apex. Dude, awesome. Fuck yeah. Lavos ended his own career. Yeah. But he's still considered like the greatest GSC player and one of the greatest players of all time. So yeah, it's like Giga Adam Tinglu. Because gaming didn't pay bills. Yeah, I feel that, bro. I feel that. Lots of players had bad losses like Lavos. He ended his own career. Yeah. But I would hope and I would say he's probably in a better place right now and a better mind space too. I wish nothing but the best for him because I personally don't think like he said and did some pretty heinous shit, but I don't think he was so insanely malicious like some of the other people that get banned. Could he ever get unbanned? Probably not though. Probably not. Yeah, custom activate didn't happen. No, it took the future sight. All right, looks like Mind is smoking this guy unless Petch goes on. Nasty Plot Petch goes on some crazy comeback. Hold on a second. It's possible. Nah, it's not. No, it's possible. It's possible. Let me see. I think it's possible. Okay. Now Zama's in. Okay, Nasty Plot. You kind of have to hacks right now, though. If you get the, yeah, I think you need. I think he wins straight up if he gets the malignant, but he's not going for it. He's going for the longer game. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh shit, I didn't know he got denied because they what? Dude, that sucks. I feel like I always thought he had potential to change, but I also knew him on like a bit of a deeper level. Can we remove Terra Blast? Nah. Well, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't really care if it was gone, but I'm not like begging for it to be gone. Okay, hold on a second. Why is this Glizzy actually terrifying right now? Wait, wait. If he Earthquakes right now on the Switch, okay, never mind. Oh, he's Facade. Okay. Now he gets roared though, and he's not gonna get another chance to really set up. Or he might right now. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think mine might lose this. I want my guy to win, but this patch is looking tough. It's looking real tough. Yeah, I think it was probably better for him to leave at that point, but I always think that people can change. It's a privilege to think that though, and it's like a nice thing to think that. Okay, This is a really close game. I think Mind actually loses though. What did you vote on the SVOU survey? What SVOU? Yo, there was a survey? Nobody told me. Oh, Ganja Genius X. All right, we got SPL gaming. Some pretty fat teams though. Let's see how this rolls out. I don't. What is the survey? Where did I get an invite for the survey? Like, where do you get this? Is it in OU? OU tiering surveys? Here, one sec. Okay. Okay, fuck it. Let's do the survey right now, and then we'll go back to Ganja Genius X. My favorite bird is Articuno for aesthetic reasons. Articuno is tough. Yeah, this community had a lot of kids. Okay, how much do you enjoy SVOU right now? I would say like a 7. Like I enjoy it, but it's getting old because it's just such a long gen. I don't hate the tier itself, but I hate how much time this tier has with no changes. How competitive do you find it to be? Yeah, like a 9 or 10. I think it's pretty competitive. How do I feel about Dragonite? I don't think Dragonite is a threat. I would say like 2. Like it's pretty good, but I would never ban it. How do you feel about Light Clay? Yeah, I could see Light Clay maybe being banned. It's pretty annoying, but I don't think it's like super unbalanced. How do you feel about Kyurem? Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kyurem is broken. I think Freeze is broken, which is I guess is part of Kyurem. Ogerpon, not broken at all. Sorry to sorry to anyone who thinks that, but I don't think Ogerpon needs any ban whatsoever. Terra Blast. I don't mind Terra Blast. The thing is, I wouldn't mind if Terra Blast was banned or suspected. Like it wouldn't really affect me, I think. And then King Gambit is also like a 2, like a 3. Something like that. Is there anything else not already mentioned you would like to see the council look into? I would test Solgaleo right now. I would retest Volcarona. I would retest Roaring Moon. I think in terms of what Smogon allows, that's the only things that I could see. Yeah, I agree. Like whenever I see Vert Screen sample team, I'm like, dude, nice. Thanks for the win. Like those teams really rely on the surprise factor. RM is Roaring Moon. Nah, Freeze Claws isn't real, unfortunately. We should test Terrapagos minus Terra. Dude, I've been saying we should have Terrapagos no Terra, but they hate that idea so much. I don't know why. Imagine having another spin option. Oh my god. It's such a shame. Such a shame. Roaring Moon was a suspect, I think. Right, we're moving that whole as suspect. I didn't play last SEO, but like I was manager, so I kind of did. Like I was building shit, so I guess I'll put no. Nah, I didn't do OT or SVOU circuit. Did you play 3 or more games? No, I only played like one SVOU game. I did win, but it's not enough. Are you top 250 on the ladder? Um, all right, boom, we're done. Survey is over. I think this seems about right to me. Although maybe I moved King Gambit lower. Yeah, I would say this is about right to me. All right, okay. All right, back to this game. We have Bia's favorite team in SM, this Azumarill Trapper set, and Mrs. Whirlpool, and it took over half. Yeah, okay, wrap this shit up. I don't know why they can't just ban Trapco Stellar Form via the same mechanism Mega Rayquaza form is banned from Uber. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. Like they. Okay, my other issue with Smogon, besides the toxicity shit, is like they're so stuck on following the rules and like quotation marks, making it easier for new players. Dude, Trapagos would be such a big Pokemon for our metagame. Does Solgaleo add anything to the tier? Doesn't help with current big duds and makes Petron stuff worse, making Dina and Wilger more hard to deal with. Yeah, that's like the one reason I wouldn't be like, yeah, we definitely need Solgaleo. But I think it would be interesting to see what it does. Because it does offer a good defensive utility. Obviously a pretty annoying offensive. Wow, 2 Surf crits in a row. That's crazy. Surf is doing 35. I'll never understand how people can just like Kingambit in this tier. It's one of those like, it's like Magierna kind of like, people see as a necessary evil. No, it's goofy, but come on, Whirlpool is 90%? Yeah, that is unlucky, because that chip would have saved his Mega Latios too. They simply say that Rayquaza would be banned nowadays. I think it's their arguments, which is dumb. Yeah, like I think they would ban Dragon Ascent before banning Mega Rayquaza, because you need to have Dragon Ascent to Mega, right? I think that's how it works. Oh, tell them to add OU Blitz. That's a good idea. Guys, we would be #1 OU Blitz ladder forever, I think. We never think. We never use our brains. Wow, Ryuji actually did beat Mind. That's wild. All right, next game. This is more hype low-key than just Gen 7 game, but we'll stay because SBL. I've never liked the philosophy, what does a Pokemon add? The only question about the ban list should be, is this Pokemon too strong in the series? Yeah, I think that's fair too. And I think you would see a lot of different tiering changes as a result. I think Zama is more obnoxious in the game because of Iron Press, but I don't think they are broken. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, this SM game actually is insanely boring. We'll come back to it. But we're tapping in for Ryuji Mind Gaming Game 2. Mind is using some crazy screens looking team. Okay, Hat gets knocked early. That's not good. It's a fair question to ask because it doesn't make the metagame better, then there's no need to push for it. Yeah, I think that's also a fair like mindset to have. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Just let's just see what happens. Thoughts on SD Chomp and SV? I wish it was better, but unfortunately it's not very good. I always wish Garchomp does well though. That's my guy. Any peak media you can put us on, like music, shows, etc.? Ooh, that is a good question. Oh, what shows have... Oh, you guys need to watch Pluribus. I mean, it's already really hyped, but that is a fantastic show. Definitely check out Pluribus if you haven't. Created by the same person that created Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is like my favorite TV show of all time, so I would also recommend Better Call Saul. Okay, this looks tough for my boy. I'm not gonna lie, these hazards are looking really bad. But Moth walling Tinglu is kind of funny because there's no earthquake on the set. If only we had Mega Chomp in SVOU. Dude, Mega Chomp would be good in Gen 8 onwards because it gets scale shot. Mega Chomp would be fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie, because speed is the biggest issue with it. But scale shot, dude, nice. Like that I wish was a thing. It's fine to say mods need to be retested, but it would just be nice to have a reason for it as opposed to just cause. Yeah, I think that's fair too. For me personally, I'm very oh this calm mind is interesting. Oh my god. Okay, mine is back. He's back. He can win this. He can win this. Let's go. Let's go, my boy. Let's go, mind. You got this. Lock in. Nice, not crazy play. I don't know why he did that, but we'll take it. Who's your favorite BCS character? I would say Lalo. I think he's just such an interesting character. And he really grabs your attention. Favorite for sure. We need to do something on Mega Chomp's PR. That Mon was good. Nah, he wasn't really that good. I'm gonna be completely honest. Finally got my mind to sit down and watch Attack on Titan. This feels better than getting the Malignant 50% of Bale versus Dragon Knight. Dude, hell yeah. Is she enjoying it so far? Attack on Titan is solid. Even if it has a controversial ending, I think it's a good ride. I fuck with it. Yeah, insane turns are going on right now, guys. This is some real crazy stuff. Would you ban or unban anything in SM? Oh, she's hooked? Hell yeah, bro. Super solid show. Ban or unban anything? Dude, I don't know. Let me open my builder. Da, da, da. Actually, I guess we would have to look at Ubers. Gen 7 Ubers to see if anything could get unbanned. Aegislash, I feel like could be free. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough ghost resist. Hell no to Blaziken. Z Blaziken will end lives. Hell no to 80% Darkrai, Dark Void. Hell no to Mega Kang, to Mega Luke. Maybe Lando. Normal Lando could be unbanned, I think. I could see it. I could see it. Normal Lando could definitely be free. Think that's it. I think it's literally just Lando Eye. Everything else is fucking crazy. Everything else is bonkers. Maybe Aegislash and Lando Eye. And that's a very thin maybe. Okay, I think mine might still be cooked, but if he's Destiny Bond Ceruledge, I see a chance. That Bitter Blade is doing a lot. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay. Oh, it's Roar. No, it's over. Fuck. Unless Chomp is like Rocky Helmet somehow? Come on, please, please, please. Shit. Maybe he can Roar, or he can IDEF with his own Zama, win the tie, win both ties in Roar. But Ryuji should just click Roar here. Oh, shit. Damn, that's tough for my guy. That's tough that Mind Gaming's out. Damn. Zama's so good into Veil. The easiest unban would be Deoxys Defense. Oh, yo, you're right. Yeah, Deoxys Defense, fuck it, dude. Free that guy. Why not? What do you think about normal Lando for SVOU? I could see it too. Yeah, that guy loses 1v1 to Ting Lu. That's the bar we're setting. Pheromosa. Nah, Pheromosa's too cheap. It's way too fast. It outspeeds every single thing. I think it's the fastest Pokemon that's allowed in the tier, right? So it's way too good. Yeah, Ryuji did play well. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Tectonic Rage. Who do you think is the most consistent screen setter? It's probably Deoxys, because Deoxys can taunt things. Ninetales can't. But Ninetales gets them both up at one time, so that is a big benefit. Yeah, I guess DX's defense is banned from SM, which I never thought about because I've never seen it, so it makes sense. Oh, Shitrock versus Endo? That's kind of cool. Unban Arch, but ban Electroshot for real. Dude, that's what I'm saying! Yo, yo, yo. True laxatives. True laxative. That's what I'm saying, bro. We need Arch, no Electroshot. It wouldn't even be that good, but it'd be hype. That's what matters. And it's a steel type. Pheromosa would be okay if it didn't have Axel and Ice Beam. Yeah, if it didn't have... Okay, if Pheromosa didn't have Ice Beam, you're right. It actually would be way more balanced. That is true. That is true. +2 Lando I focus plus Ogos Tinglu. I forgot that shit gets nasty plot now. That's funny as fuck. Stream froze for a second. I thought the cat got to the PC again. No, no, no. That cat isn't here right now. She's not in the room, so maybe it would still be used in rain though, because it checks Ogerpon. Yeah, I mean maybe. It doesn't do anything in rain though, right? Houndstone was banned until Basque Legion came to the game, and then they banned Last Respect. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like sometimes the rules are silly, for sure. It's like when wasn't Cyclizar banned at one point? Was Cyclizar ever banned? And then people used Orthworm? Is that correct or am I misremembering? Yeah, the fortunate part about Lando is it is a frail Pokemon and it's slower than Woger, but at the same time, that shit Oko's Woger on swapping, so if you Sludge Wave. Alright guys, I think we're gonna wrap up with these two games. Oh, sorry for skipping ahead. And then I'm gonna join Blunder. I think he's still doing a subathon, so we'll hop on for Blunder and we'll be streaming some more games and then Fusion versus Joey for OST. Just fucking crazy. Unless he meant something different, which is possible. But yeah, we'll finish these games up and then I'll switch over to Blunder stream. So see you all for that if you're interested. Okay, I was correct. Cyclizar got banned before shit. Yeah, dude, like some shit is like, what are we doing, fellas? What are we doing? Also, this Azu is gonna win the game, I think. Lando I is a breaker with insane longevity. It has the spikes immunity. That's a good point too. You don't need to run hazard control, so you don't need to stack ground types. Joey plays fusion is crazy, bro. Okay, I'll definitely join Blender for that. That is gonna be a super fire series. I guess I'm rooting for Joey. That's my guy. I want to see Joey succeed. He's once he made that video that was like I'm back in tournaments. I was hype. I was like, dude, yes, let's go, bro. So hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, what a crazy round two match, dude. A lot of people that are expected to like do really well in OST are losing round one. Like Storm lost, Mines lost. I forget some other people too. Shit is a wild tournament. I've always thought OST is like kind of jokes for that reason. It's like kind of jokes, but you know, I get it. I get it. It's not jokes in finals. Finals is what real matters. I hate Heat Train and Tourney. I hate the idea of relying on Magma. Yeah, I know. 75% of the time. Greatest Pokemon ever. Didn't Roaring Moon drop to Yu Yu? Yeah, it did actually. Roaring Moon wasn't fucking Yu Yu. Dude, I don't know, bro. Some of these are crazy. Some of these are super crazy. That's true. It didn't have knockoff, but it was still like definitely not Yu Yu, which is it's still funny that it was there. Also, wow, look at that miss. I don't think it matters though, because Azu Wall's Grin for life. Yeah, no rocks for Genius X makes this game really hard. What time is Fusion Joey game? That is should be soon. I think like 25 minutes. Blender will stream it and I'll join him. Best SV players? Dude, first of all, it's me and Vert. Let me make that clear right now. Vert is number one. I'm not, no one can doubt that. Vert is number one. Am I number two? Maybe not, but I think I'm definitely like top three. Maybe me, Vert, Zap. That's what I would say. In terms of like individual achievements in the tier at least. Yeah, move distribution was so fucked pre-DLC. Does it even need knockup to beat some things? It didn't, but the power boost is a huge deal for sure. And people back then weren't running all the Terra Blast Fairy shit, so. Top two and I ain't two. Three Ubers this gen have been UU. Esprata, I don't even think even rose from U to OU. It was SPL usage that got a quick ban. Yeah, Esprata is a pretty crazy one because I was using it a lot early SV. I was using Fairy though. Terra, Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. But then I lost this guy on ladder way early who was using Terra Fight Blast. I switched all my teams to Terra Fight Blast. And then I showed the idea to Ima. He used it. And then he destroyed his opponent really badly with Terra Fight Blast. And it got banned like pretty soon after. So this random guy on ladder that I don't remember the username for is the reason it got banned basically. Was Guard suspected? Really? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. No, Storm Zone is wild. I have a lot of respect for Storm, but it's just my opinion. I think he would be number four, though. I think he would be number four. And, you know, a lot of people might not put me at the top. That's okay. I don't give a fuck. It's about how you value yourself. Garg never got a suspect. Okay, true. Oh, Gliscor was banned at some point. Holy shit. Yeah. Yes, that is true with AV Hoopa as well. I think Nat, Blunder, and I were like laddering, or I don't know if it was all three of us, but I think Nat was laddering during World Cup, faced AV Ursaluna plus AV Hoopa Unbound, lost to it, I think, and was like, it posted the replay, and we were all like, yo, we should steal this. And then Nat used it in World Cup and won with it. That I think that was the first ever AV Hoopa experience, but that's a great set. I love that Pokemon. Top three SM players. I could do top five. I'll do top five. I wouldn't consider myself like I had like a really good record, like the best record for World Cup, but that's just one tournament playing SM. I would say ABR, Blunder, Empo, Ben Gay, and one more maybe. Maybe top four. I would say those are the four best. Who else would be there? Who else was really good at SM? Maybe Trosco. I would say Trosco. Trosco, ABR, Empo, Ben Gay, Blunder. That would be my top five. Any final advice for the people before you end stream? Have fun. Make sure to have fun. We play this game for fun. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Make sure you're enjoying yourself because if you're not, you're going to be miserable. Now, CBB is not an ORS player. In Skype, I can't rake Skype. I would say, oh, Brofist. Yo, what am I fucking thinking? Brofist over Trosco, yeah. But no, I can't say Skype because he didn't play when everyone else was playing. Like, he didn't play Brofist, Bengay, Empo, ABR, yada yada in their primes when SM was going on. So I can't say Skype would be top five, but I think he's definitely top 10 because he's been innovating. He's probably close to top five. He's been innovating since, so that's impressive. Yeah, okay. Brofist, Empo, ABR, Bengay, Blunder. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And then Trosco number 6, Skype number 7, something like that. Something like that. I can't believe I forgot Brofist. That guy's the fucking beast at SM. Yeah, he does have a lot of legendary replays. And not many tiebreak losses. If you know, you know. Alright. This game is making me lose my mind. And it's over, I'm pretty sure. I think Reuniclus just wins. So, I'm going to call it there. I'll see those of you that migrate to Blender Stream over there. Take care. Have a good weekend. Or rest of your weekend, I guess. And I'll see you soon. So, much love. Take care. Peace.